Welcome, guys, to another episode of the SDK Show, proudly brought to you by MacCoffee. Hope you're enjoying your MacCoffee and keeping it warm. Today's guest, you must have seen him in a recent Saif Ali Khan film singing Dil Lutya for you. Yes, it's a man who needs no introduction, the Crown Prince of Bhangra, sitting all the way in Vancouver. Let's talk to Jazzy B. Mr. Jazzy B, all the way in Vancouver. Thank you so much, Faji. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate this, man.
No problem, bro. It's actually really good to see you, man. Obviously, I haven't been in touch for a while, so it was really actually nice to hear from you.
Yeah.
When you messaged us, like, whoa, okay, cool, man.
No, I'm like, we do follow you all over Instagram and everything, but I guess with the COVID and everything, we see more of you working out, man.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things. We always make excuses. Like, oh, I don't have time. I think we all got time, man. Out of your busy schedule, you could take like an hour for yourself. I think that's my zone. When I go either it's running or in the gym, working out.
Yeah.
Everything kind of like negative energy leaves the mind, and the positive comes in. So I was, I love doing that. So people out there, stop making excuses, man. Now everybody got time. Everybody's stuck at home or stuck somewhere. You know what I mean? So take 15, 20 minutes.
How is COVID treating you down there in Vancouver?
It's pretty good over here. I think BC, one of the provinces people really listened. And they're still listening and, keeping the distance and everything, following the rules. I think it's really important to do that around the world. I was stuck in India too. People actually done pretty good over there too at the beginning, but now it's kind of like gone the other way around because people think it's over. It's not over yet.
True.
So it's just none of us expected. So it's a new thing for everyone.
True.
And it is hard. It's not easy to do all those things, keeping the distance. You want to see your friends, you want to see your family, but I think you have to take the precaution to see them. And
True. And what's your take on artists right now, considering that because of COVID there's no work and things are getting a bit tough for people out there?
Yeah, I think it's tough for everyone. I mean, we don't realize that it's not only us. We all connected somehow. All the jobs. If there's going to be a party, a wedding, a birthday party, yes, there's going to be singers, but there's going to be a catering. There's going to be DJ, music, magicians. Everybody's connected.
Sure.
All those the people's going to get jobs with one person, you know what I mean? So I think we all going through that tough time right now, but it is what it is. So, just take it like a man, take it on your chest, man. Doesn't matter. We all going to get through that. Maybe it's a little wake up call from God, man.
Yeah.
He's like letting us know, yo, chill, man. The world will go on without you guys too.
Yeah.
So, it is, man. I strongly believe in God. So, so maybe it was just a wake-up call for us greedy humans.
True. And, I had promised my viewers that I'll tell them all about Jazzy B, about his life, how it all started and everything. Now that I've finally got hold of you, I got to do this, And, how did you get into music? I mean, you've been like, there for years, man.
Yeah, I mean, there's no one in the family, no background around of singing or anything, or magician or anything. But it's my chacha who passed away now, Ajit Singh Bings. I always mention his name on stage because he is the reason. I remember I was like 4 years old in my pind, my village, Durgapur in Punjab, India. And, back in the day, the wedding used to be open kind of thing. It wasn't in the halls. It used to be like just open. Anybody could come and, watch it or, just watch the singers perform or whatever. So Ustad Shri Kuldeep Manji came and he was performing and my Chacha had me on his shoulders. And 4-year-old Jaswinder just kind of like dreamt, like, I still remember what he was wearing. He was wearing black kurta,
Wow.
black chadra, and torle wali pug, and still like kind of get flashback of that.
Wow.
That's it, man. I just kind of dreamt like, what? One day I want to be like him. Did I know that I was going to make it? No. But yes, there was a passion. I moved on to Canada here with my family and never did let that go, the passion, singing, would it be either in the car with my friend or wherever, even when I went to school.
Yeah.
We kind of made a band, Jazzy B and the Boys kind of thing, just started performing every chance we could get. Not until like Tarlok Singh Kuner, who used to live in our basement. This guy wasn't a millionaire or anybody, but he used to have a construction company, and he used to tell me, Jazz, on the weekend you're free, why don't you come work with me? So I used to go on Saturday, Sunday with them, and over there I'll be singing, and this guy like kind of realized like, Jazz, teri awaaz badhiya hai. You got nice vocal, you got nice voice. Let's do something.
Yeah.
So that's when we met Sukshinder Shinda Bhaji. He used to come as a toll player with different artists, like Hira Group, Premi, Johnny Z, who call that Taz Stereo Nation now. He used to be called Johnny Z.
Yeah.
So that was actually one of my first performances I did with Johnny Z as a dancer.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. So yeah.
Started off. So you used to be a dancer before.
Yeah, I always.
Bhangra pana.
Yeah, Bhangra pana. There's a park Kabaddi club. I was associated with those guys, and they used to do Bhangra. I just like, obviously, and slowly I got my break. So met Sangatar, Mamon Waris brothers. They actually came from India then, and I started going to learn from those guys, and they're the one who recorded my first album, and Shinda Paji actually played all the percussion on it. So the music was done by Sangatar, Morwar's brother, and Shinda Paji did all the percussion on that album. But then on one track, Kogiyan Da Joda, Shinda Paji really liked that track. He goes, let me reproduce that, like England style, because England style was always in, the music was always, on DJs and stuff like that. So he actually went back and reproduced the Cookie and the Joda song and sent it to him like, wow, I'm feeling this, man.
Oh.
So yeah, so that's how my first album, my first break came. That was back in '93. Yeah. So yeah,
that was the breakthrough then. So your commercial angle came because of Sukshinder Shinda.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we just connected. I mean, I remember he came to our house. We hosted a dinner for the Hira group. So everybody came, and everybody was singing, and my brother was, hey, Sada Munda vi gaunda, hear him out too. Yeah. So I sang, and Shinda Paji came. He goes, you got a fire in you, man. Don't let that go, And we just kind of connected, and after the album was released and started talking, Shinda Paji goes, if you're really serious about it, you have to come to England, because England was the hub of Bhangra music.
Yes.
Live session, live performance and everything, clubs or whatever. So that's it. I picked up my bags, had a choice. Either I go to college or I go to England. And I took that route, to go to England.
So you made the right choice.
Yeah, I mean, and not that I'm trying to tell you, education is very important. I was a lucky one that it worked for me. Sometimes it doesn't, work. So education, you must, it'll always come handy in your life. No one can take that away from you. So yeah, I packed up my bags, left my parents, my mom and dad, my brothers and sisters, and here I was on Soho Road, where I always heard Soho Road. It was just like, wow, okay. I never left anywhere by myself, and here I'm not leaving different town. I'm going to a different country.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it was an experience. I think that's where you become more independent and
I think
even
even the
start.
timing was right, that you met the right guy at the right time and everything.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
followed.
I think that's very important in life. It doesn't take much uh, you to take that wrong turn. Because you're young and you don't know what you're doing. But Shindapaji was always there, guiding us through. It was always about music. I remember we used to like punch him on bed and then there's ikatte in a house, right? And Shindapaji lived around the corner.
Yeah, yeah.
So every morning he would come wake me up, like, get up, man, stop being lazy. And pull the harmonium out and start practicing and all that. And that was our routine every day. You
Yeah.
know, People coming back from work and at the night, chicken's cooking, dal's cooking, somebody's making rotiyan, and the mahfal going on, we're just
Yeah,
singing away.
yeah.
And, that was a beautiful thing. Yeah.
I mean, so if you start talking about your albums, there are like so many albums, so many songs, but any particular one that stood out to you the most?
Well, I mean, the special one is always going to be like my first song, Kugi and the Joda, because that's what gave me a break. That's I remember making a poster of the Indrajit Bains. He made a poster. It was my photo, which said, "Who is Jazzy B?" with a question mark, right? So people like that poster was just like okay, who is he? Who is Jazzy B? People saying it. So it always reminds me of that, So the Kugi and the Joda is definitely one of my special album. Then the masterpiece gotta be Maharajas, because I got to work with my Ustadji Kuldeep Manik.
Yeah, that was an achievement.
Here I grew up, listening to him, idolizing him all my life, and had a time to chill with him in the studio, with the legend, with the king himself, man. And I remember recording in Ludhiana. He'd be there in the studio like for 6-7 hours with me, man, working on songs. And I remember one of the guys, Joy Athal's dad, he used to record Ustadji in his like prime time, when he was like 20, 21, whatever. Yeah. And he came up to me, he goes, "What is this special bond with you and him?" He goes, "This guy never used to spend like more than half an hour in the studio." Wow. And in this age, he's with you for 6-7 hours. So, so I guess I'm the lucky one. I got that from him. And that was his last album, before he passed away. So yes. That album was definitely a masterpiece for me, man. So Maharaja's album, yeah.
Tell me what about your special look, man? Every album, used to come with a special look, and people even used to look forward to like, Hona ki banega, what is going to come from? Look for the look more than the music.
Yeah. Hon bada na keda patha manga loga. What is that? I always tell people, like even now, like 90% of the people, the kids and young generation, they don't believe in themselves. And the most self-confidence is the most thing you have to. That's the one thing my Ustadji told me when I met him. He goes, "Apne aap te maan hona chahida." He goes, "Je tu apne aap te maan nahi karunga, aur keda tere te maan karuga." What a beautiful thing to say, because self-confidence is the most beautiful thing, man. You have to believe in yourself before somebody else can believe in you. So even when I started singing, I had this wacky hairdo, man, different clothing, baggy and stuff like that. People used to turn like, "Oh, who is he?" So I believe in that. I was a head turner and I wanted to be like that. A lot of people told me, like in Punjabi, ki jalus kadya, and 27 years later, people still say ki jalus kadya, sir Maharaj ji, Baba ji idda jalus kaddi rakhan. It's believe in yourself is the most important thing in life.
So the look just comes out, or do you like when you're working on the album, you're like, okay, this album I'm going to go with this look. Is it like a planning?
We said, I mean, it's a full team. A guy from England, Matt Brown. He's been doing my hair since like 97, 98, 97. Yeah. Cool. So he knows my hair inside out. And I got a guy here, Sunny Nagar, Munda Jeevan Nagar, Jasi Uni. if I India from this year, now he got his salon in Canada. So these guys know my hair inside out. Like, you know, if it's like कई बंदे कहते रहते यार तेरे बाल चढ़ेगा ले नहीं. I goes, why, man? You know, I goes, I look after it, man. You know, so these guys are experts, and they tell me like, oh, you can't do this yet. You know, your hair is gonna get damaged. But I'm like, I'm always taking risks, man. You know, it depends on a song, and we, you know, try to do different hairdo that goes with the song. So yeah, always experimenting, either it's music or hair or clothes or looks, always.
And you know, what's the secret? You know, we've had so many people who come out as one-hit wonders. You know, they just release a song, it goes massive, and then they just phase out. But you're
Yeah.
somebody who stayed evergreen to date.
I think it's just working on yourself. Like I never competed with nobody. I believe in that. Don't waste energy on other people. Waste energy on you, man. You know what I mean? So if I done a song, you know, say for example, you know, Nag, you know, is the biggest hit for me.
Big,
Can I top that? That's my next process. That's how it's with every album, every song. I try to like better myself. So I'm not competing with no one. मैं अपने आप में सोचता भी यार मैं ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਵਧੀਆ ਹੋਰ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ. So I'm always pushing boundaries, and the only way you can do it that is, you know, just practice and try to do different things. Be positive about it. You know, I don't like negative energy. You know, I don't like people who are negative. I think around the world, you know, now 90% of the people are negative.
Yeah.
You know, they try to look everything, even say we're talking, they'll try to look for, okay, let's find something negative about this comment or this interview. Let's, you know, blow that out. So
Yeah.
I'm totally against that. You know, so yeah, so the most important thing is no top secret. You just like work on yourself, waste time on you, waste energy on you. Why waste on anybody else? Yeah.
That philosophy is like amazing. I mean, you know, very few people actually follow that. You know, it's easier said than done. But I think that's your secret. I mean, hats off to you, man. All these hits
Yeah.
for, and you know, still
Yeah,
stay humble, down
that's
to.
why I like you said, like I you know, I put what I do in a day. Like if I go to gym, if I'm running, or even you know, I came from India and the grass was bigger than, you know, the fence. So
Yeah.
you know what, there was no time to get a tractor or anything. So I called my friend up. I goes, lend me a lawnmower, man.
Yeah.
You know, so and I posted that. You know, it kind of reminded me of when I was working. You know, 8 hours. I did 8 hours in a day. You know, took like 30 minutes for my lunch break, 15 minutes for a coffee break. You know, like properly, it kind of like brings you down sometimes. Like, you know, that's reality. You know, we don't have to, we shouldn't hide about things like, yeah, man, I'm like a normal human being. You know, I still mention I used to work on roofing, you know, being a construction. I still am, you know what I mean? Don't try to hide those things, man. We're all human. And I think that's one of the things that keeps me going. You have to have that fire in you. Never let that go. Like, you know, satisfy but with your work, you'll never be like satisfied. If you're satisfied, then like, okay, game over.
So what's the target before, you know, you say, okay, boss, how many albums do you want to make before you go?
बस ਤਾਂ ਚਲੋ ਮਾਲਕ ਨਾ ਹੀ ਕਰੇ ਹਨਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੱਕ ਸਾਥ ਸਾਥ ਚੱਲਦੇ ਨੇ it's in my gene. I think you know, I'd like to work hard, so I don't know, obviously ajkal single da riwaj hai. I'm recording a lot of singles. Next single is with Aman here. Obviously you met him too.
That's nice. That's been a while now. With Aman.
So with him, then obviously I want to do a full album. But I always say a full album I would like to do with Zindagi. You know, but I got other tracks before that. I got probably a full album sitting right now. If I want to release a full album, I can. But you know, there's a lot of stuff, man. A lot of videos to
Jazzy,
shoot.
what about Bollywood? You know, we saw you once with Sunny Deol in Chuk De Punjabi, and then recently Dil Dutya was also featured in Saif Ali Khan.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to recreate that song, and you know, that song is like a masterpiece for me, man. You know, it's still like playing at every club, in the car, the radios, and everything. So it was kind of a challenge to recreate that. But partners in rhyme, boys from UK, Hardeep and Prem, they came up to me and goes, "Baji, we want to do this track." And the first thing he said is, "So I don't know how we're gonna top that. How we're gonna beat the original, how we're gonna try to make it better." So when he just said that, I know he's trying to, recreate the best track he can. Yeah. So we kind of kept the original flow to it, but re-sang the whole song. We had a Jotka on it as well. So we even shooting a video. It was fun with Saif Ali Khan and Tabu and everybody else, man.
Do we see you more in Bollywood?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Why not? But I always tell them, if you want my song, I have to kind of produce it and give it to you, because I had a little bit bad experience with them. Giving them the track, it's rough, and the next thing that they already release it. It's like
they just rip
so
it
off. So I told them, if you want my style, my flow, I'll produce it for you guys.
But tell me, Paji, the music which was, them days when you started with, Shinda Paji at his peak, yourself at your peak, music then was very different, and now it is becoming very different. What's your take on that?
I mean, I think obviously, like a fashion, the music, everything changes. Like when we used to work, me and Shinda Paji, we used to go to studio every day, like from 9 a.m. until 7, 8 p.m. That was an everyday routine. It's either my album, what usually happens is like, okay, music director is doing his thing. I'll only go when it's my turn to do vocal. We used to go every day. So I'm there. It's a teamwork. But he's playing a harmonium or he's playing tabla, and he'll say, okay, let's try something different. He'll layer it up, and then he'll do another roll on Deol and different, it becomes a teamwork. That's why there's so much passion, and you can listen to that sound over and over again because it's made like that. Now everything is computerized. Nobody wants to do homework. Nobody wants to do piecework. They'll just like put the beat on and boom, that's it. Maybe nick a little sarangi from somewhere, sample from somewhere, that's it.
They'll tell you, Paji, send us the vocals on WhatsApp and let's just do it from there.
Yeah. ਹੁਣ ਤਾਂ ਇਦਾਂ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਨਾ, so ਉਹ game change ਹੋ ਗਈ ਆ, but music is obviously still music, but I like the old like 90s sound. That's why we're trying to recreate that too, for maybe for the next album. I like those pieces, man, keyboard pieces, harmonium pieces and tabla and all that.
So you must be missing all these concerts and everything right now with the COVID situation.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I think every artist is missing it, because we usually in a day I'm here, the next day I'm in the UK, and then I'm in India, and all over. Now it's, you're at home, man. That's it. But it is what it is, like I said, man. But hopefully soon everything will open, and the whole world will move again.
So your huge army of fans in Kenya, are eagerly waiting to hear from you also, who follow you like mad. You know that.
Yeah, definitely, man. No, thank you, bro. You were the first guy who reached, out to us, and we had a pleasure working with you every time. And it's more than being a promoter. It's being who you are, man. Ek jawan jehdi hundi hai, pakki jawan da banda tu. Te oh mainu gal vadiya lagi. That's why we all connected.
True.
You know what I mean? And I strongly believe in that. So yeah, all the Kenya
fans. Message to all the fans out here now.
Yeah, thank you guys. You guys are the reason I am where I am today. So definitely, hopefully this COVID-19 thing's over soon. We can fly again, and I will come see you guys and perform for you live and direct. Definitely, we'd love to do that.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Paji. Thank you for your time. It's been a pleasure chatting with you.
Thank you, bro. It's always a pleasure to see you. Definitely we will meet in person next time.
Yes, for sure. Thank you so much, Paji.
Thank you. One love.